In our last video, we talked about the procedure that an architect follow to complete a typical architectural project from start to finish. In this video, we will look and see the smallest project or the most basic project that an architect undertake and execute it accordingly. So, hello everyone, I am an architect and BIM Specialist by profession, and my name is Kumar Ranjan. The residential projects or single family house projects are the smallest and most basic project for an architect, but that does not take away its complexity that we face while executing it. These projects, residential projects, may be small or big, but we do face problems while completing or crafting this design, the design of the house, or while building the house. And let's now see what are the steps or the procedure that we follow while executing a single family or residential project. So the first step that we need to follow is initial consultancy. An architect needs to meet with the client to discuss his or her preferences, budget, what he has in his mind. Many a times it happens that client has his old design in his mind, what are the special features that he want in his house. To discuss all those things, we need to have a detailed meeting with the client. Second step that we need to follow is site analysis. After the meeting is fixed and everything is up to the mark, everything is accepted, then architects or his disciple or his men do the site analysis of the plot where the house is to be built. They see the topography, soil condition, climate, boons and curses. By boons and curses, I mean most of the plot or many of the plot, they have vegetation, they have trees over there, and many of the plots are barren. So this can become a boon or curse at many sites, at different locations and different points. So they do the site analysis. And then the third point that we architect follow is conceptual design. We make conceptual design of the house or the structure that we need to build or that we want to build, to make understand the client that yes, this is the design, this is what we have in our mind, and to discuss or to revise the design, we do the conceptual design. Then the next step comes is design development. After the design is finalized, in the conceptual design step, we need to refine the chosen design. We need to incorporate different disciplines like MEP, structure. We need to consult other professionals also, like structural engineers and on so on. So that is the design development. Then comes regulatory authority or regulatory approval. So we need to take approval from the development authority or regulatory authority, which are actually local authority. Like for example, in Delhi, if you need to build a house, you need permission or approval from the Delhi Development Authority. So we need to submit all the documents, necessary documents that they want, that they need for the approval and for the construction to begin. Then the next step that we need to follow is construction document. Over here, we prepare the comprehensive construction drawings, all the plans, all the sections, all the details, all the call outs and everything that a contractor or site engineer or a civil engineer will need to build the house. We develop those drawings, those plans, those design in this stage, in this step. Then comes contractor selection. Though this is the basic project that an architect undertake, but in large scale projects like commercial projects or the bungalow projects or the apartment projects, it is very necessary step of selecting a contractor. Okay, so in this step, architect helps the client to choose the qualified contractor through the process of bidding or negotiation, so that the construction process can begin smoothly. Then the next step is construction phase. This is the actual construction phase where an architect need to do the site visits. They need to conduct the different processes or operations that this construction need. Then comes the quality control. We as an architect or our people that work under us, we have to do the site visits while this construction is going on to make sure that the construction is going as planned or as according to our design. We need to check the material, we need to check the procedure, we need to check the processes that they follow, contractor and laborers and all those, not laborers, contractor and subcontractor, those, and to make sure that all the things, whether it's material, it's design or it's the process, they must be of utmost quality. So to make sure that it is of utmost quality, we do this step, that of quality control. Then comes the project management. We over here, we need to take two aspects in our mind very strictly, that is that timeline and budget. That project must not go over budget or over the time that we have assigned for the project. For example, if we have assigned 3 months for this project, this must not take more than 3 months, because it may lead to increase in budget. It may create problem for the architects, it may create problem for clients and for all the professionals that are involved in the project. So it's very necessary over here to maintain the timeline and the budget. Then comes the interior design. After the structure, after the architecture, structure and MEP part is completed, we as an architect do the interior design, or if client wants, they can hire a separate interior designer for this, but we are capable enough to do the interior design of the house, and we design the house accordingly. And by interior design, I don't mean pasting wallpaper. No, that does not what I mean by interior design. Okay, it's a detailed work, it's a very professional work. That then comes the completion and the handover. After the construction phase has ended, we need to hand over the completed projects and all the necessary documents that an architect and that a client need in the future, or that we need to submit to the client. Then comes the post occupancy evaluation. After client has lived in the house for 3 months, 6 months, or even a year, we need to do the evaluation of what are the problem he is facing, or what are the problem that he faced. Okay, we need to do the evaluation of all those data so that we can improve our design and the procedure in our following projects. Then comes the last part, that is conclusion. And in this part, keep in mind that this is the simplified version of the process. This is not the actual process and this is not the detailed overview of the project of the process that an architect follow. Actual design process or actual construction process is much more complex and sophisticated and detailed. Many a time it happens that local factors affect a lot while designing or constructing any house. So it is very necessary for the architect to understand, to think about the local ways, local materials and local regulatory codes and building bylaws, so that he won't face problem in different areas. So this marks the end of this video, and hit like if you think you learned something from the video. And at last, best wishes to you and your family. Thank you.